Hey everyone, it's Zeralda here, and today, finally, at long last, I'm going to be bringing you the Alpha Omega class guide. I've promised this one for a while, and it took me quite a while to actually earn it, because PvP is not my greatest strong point, as much as I enjoy it. And then once I actually got it, it took me a while to train it. There's a couple of reasons for that as well. But just so you know, over the next 2 weeks I'm on break, and therefore there will be more videos coming from me. I even have a plan put in place to sort of make sure that when I am unable to post a video because my life's got too hectic, I'll have some videos for you anyway. I won't tell you how that's going to work. I've already told a couple, but I'll keep it secret for the most part. But don't worry, I should have more videos. So, without further ado, I'll start the guide. Now I'm going to show you how to actually get the class. First you come to our little friend Ragnar here in Batlon, and you go to the class merge shop. There are actually two ways of getting this now. The first way is with combat trophies. Combat trophies are earned through Blood Brawl, which I'll show you how to do in a moment. You can also get the Alpha Omega suit, which is just an armor, Alpha Omega helmet, and Alpha Omega coils, which I am yet to do. The problem with the merge way is that you have to be a member to do it. Being a member is the only way to do this. However, it is an AC item, so it's tagged, it's infinite storage, you just won't actually be able to use this version of the class as a non-member. To get the PvP trophies, or the combat trophies, all you've got to do is the player versus player, join Blood Brawl, and just wait, join the crew. At the queue, play many games of it until you get enough combat trophies, and then you can merge it. Now that can take a while, as it took me, especially when you didn't exactly have the patience. So the alternative is the class shop directly. And I'm just going to do this to sort of make it a bit clearer. But here is the Alpha Omega class for 1,000 adventure coins. Not 2,000, just 1,000. So it's half the price as any other adventure coin shortcut, and it works as a non-member. You can also get the Alpha Omega helmet, and then there's some stuff from the Shonen class which we'll go over later. But there it is, so you can also buy it from there. So those are your two options in getting the class. Now for this class you want to use luck enhancements, and I'll just show you where you can go to get luck enhancements now. Things have changed. Just make sure you join Batlon Town. You can also just walk there, but I'm going to go just to a private version for the sake of this video. You can just find Cicero in here by the forge, well inside his forge, and you can get enhancements. I think you can still go to Yoga, but I'm not going to bother showing you. Now, the reason you want to use Lucky Armor enhancements is because the Alpha Omega class has some good damage output, and this will increase your chance to crit and let you crit more. Alpha Omega does have a move that does a lot of damage and does a guaranteed crit, so this will make your guaranteed crit do more damage. It's as simple as that. It's worth doing. If you want a bit more health, that's okay, just add a fighter enhancement here and there. Other than that, you won't really need much. Now, before we get going, I'll just talk about the passives, because the passives are pretty nice. You've got your rank 4 passives here, which let you do 10% extra damage and increases your defense by 15%. I'm just going to highlight that 15% because most classes, their moves only will do up to 10, maybe 8, maybe even as low as 5, so a 15% defense increase is good. So you're dealing more damage, and you're taking less. Also worth noting is the rank 10 passive. Most rank 10 passives are big super moves that will happen like a 1 in 1,000 or a 1 in 100,000 or 1 in 10,000 chance. It's something insane. Alpha Omega is actually a legitimate passive that's always active. It will forever increase your attack speed by 10%, so you'll be hitting 10% more often. Now you tie that with your 10% extra damage, and that starts to add up. So as far as passives goes, that's great. Not many classes, I think there might be one other, but I can't remember entirely, have that where the passive is always like that. It's a permanent increase to a stat. So enjoy that. It's like having 3 passives, not 2. Now I'll get on to some action. Now, just so you guys know, I'm using a weapon with a relatively stable damage range. I'll just demonstrate here. It's the one-eyed staff. 118 to 146, so relatively stable, just so you can get an idea of what the average damage does. So with a more wild damage range, you've got potential to hit a lot more, but also a lot less. This is just my way of showing you the average, what you can expect when it's at its most stable. Now the first move is called Double Strike. Instantly attack twice. Now if you're watching, hitting about 200, 220. When I hit with this, it's about 370 something. So it's actually not quite double damage. And it crits well, and it crits often. I'll just actually give you another look at the stats. So you can see 16, 17 evasion, 20% crit. Decent haste and hit, 96% and 8 there. But yeah, it's not quite double as it claims, but I'd say it's about 175%. It's 15 mana and it's only got a 2-second cooldown, so it's able to be used a lot and it's quite reliable. Field Medic is 30 mana and 6 seconds cooldown. Now just before I forget, that's an entirely physical move. This is based on your physical and magical, so you get a fair amount from luck. It's a fair heal, but what's really nice is that it's a multi-target, so you can heal 3 of your friends as well as yourself. It won't heal them as much as you. I think it's about half, but I'm not entirely sure. You don't have to target yourself, you can target a friend. And it also has a little extra effect for the person who casts it. You'll be able to see it here. It's called Glow, and it's a small heal over time that lasts a while. So, you know, there's my 660 at the moment. It's nice, and it keeps on going. 6-second cooldown, so you can use this reliably. So it's a good team class, really. Maul over here, 10-second cooldown, 10-second cooldown and 30-second mana. It's a 4-second stun. And when it hits, it will stun him for 4 seconds. Unfortunately, he dodged. But you get the idea, it's got a fair MP cost. Oh wow. There's the heal again. So, for a multi-heal with a good effect like that, it's quite good. The stun's been unbelievable. But you get the idea. It'll stun your opponent. It'll give you some... There you go. It'll give you some rest from their damage, and it'll give you a chance to heal. So as you can see, this class is quite powerful, quite reliable. It'll last. But the real nice little thing is, essentially, it's got a 15-second cooldown, which is quite a while. Not as bad as some other moves from other classes. It's only 30 MP, but it's a guaranteed crit, and it does a nice amount of damage. Now, just to remind you, you can use an unstable damage range weapon and you could hit 5,000, but at the same time, you might also only hit 600 or less. So, it's all up to you, but you can reliably depend on hits of 2k, because no matter what, this move will always crit. One guaranteed hit as a critical. So it's actually a very nice and very simple class. You could pair it up with some nice potions from alchemy, and that would be fun. You could really increase your crit rate, which would go nice with this really good damage output from the first move. You could increase your dodge, maybe even increase how much you can heal. And yeah, it's great. This class, I'm not going to demonstrate in this video, but this class can be used effectively in Bloodright Brawls, where you're in a team situation. You can heal several people, but you can also do a large amount of damage yourself, as well as immobilizing. It's a really nice class. It is useful in a lot of situations for high damage and for survivability, so I'd recommend it. It really is quite nice. So as you can tell, I think the Alpha Omega class is a great class. Just as a piece of trivia, it was made to celebrate that Epic Duel has made it to its Omega phase. I think it's a great class. It's multi-purpose, it's reliable, and for the ACs it's pretty good. Well, it's actually just a very good class in general, so I think it's worth it. Now, just as a quick side note, some of you will have noticed that I'm not in the same guild I was. That's because that guild sort of done its dash, it's over. But I've now made my own, and there are some spots open if anyone's interested. Just contact me through YouTube or in-game, and chances are I'll be happy to have you in the guild. That's all for now. More videos are going to come soon. See you then.